Well, g'day, welcome back to another episode and welcome to Purnululu, or the
Bungle Bungle.
Bungle Bungle National Park. We're in the middle of a hike trying to get up a gorge. See how we go. We got the kids on foot. They're both feeling pretty energetic, so I reckon we've got a good chance. What do you reckon?
It's pretty good through here at the moment, so yeah.
So we've had to leave the caravan behind for this section of the trip. We've left that up in Kununurra, so we're swagging it. A couple of nights down here. Looking forward to showing you around. The Bungle Bungle is so much more than just those beehive domes that you see on all the photos. We're going to see that as well, but there's also some amazing little gorges and other little things we want to show you around. Looking forward to showing you all that.
Yeah.
So stick around. Check it out.
Swag it.
Swagging it.
Caught behind Venetian blinds, how to reach for the city lines. This ain't where I belong. Hey, look at me, man, what I become. I've been running east, looking for a sunset, digging deep since '99. What I thought was gone was sitting in my pocket in plain sight all along.
So we're driving into the Bungle Bungle, and I feel like I'm in an infomercial, one of those like fat blasters, those shaking devices that shake the fat away.
Yeah, it's a notoriously rough road, the Bungle Bungle Road, and we were expecting it to be rough. You are permitted to tow single axle trailers into was it Purnululu or the Bungle Bungle? You're allowed to tow single axle trailers, but not dual axles. As soon as we got off the tar, we let our tyres down. I've gone 22 in the front, 25 in the back. But yeah, it's a mixture of really heavily colligated areas. There's some rocky sections, a few little dry creek beds to go through and things like that. Nothing too serious, but it's and it's not all really bad, but it is. There's some pretty shocking sections of it. So take your time. It's probably going to take you. It's 50 something k's to the visitors centre from the tar. I think 53 k's. It's probably going to take at least an hour and a half, possibly 2 hours to do that.
The sign said allow 2 to 3 hours to get in.
And then it's probably another half hour to the campgrounds. So I'll talk a bit more about that when we get in. But yeah, just enjoying the drive in. There's a lot of anticipation. We're pretty excited to see the domes. I've actually been here about 15 years ago. Liz has never seen it.
It was before our time.
It was before her time, yeah, back in my sillier days. So check it out and we'll show you around the Bungle Bungle, or the Purnululu National Park. Looking forward to it.
Let's do this.
Let's do it. Rightio, so we've made it in. That was a bloody good little drive, wasn't it?
That was excellent. Even if the Bungle Bungle wasn't here, that would be worth doing the drive. It was spectacular.
Yeah, it was a little bit rough in spots, but it was bloody good. A few little creek crossings, a few puddles and that to keep it interesting, a few little technical bits, but overall not too bad. So I've just got into the visitor centre at the national park, and you got to pay a vehicle entry fee. We've already booked and paid for our camping online. You got to do that before you get here, and there's no Telstra service once you get here. There is a bit of Optus service apparently, but if you're relying on Telstra, yeah, you're out of luck. So yeah, we pre-booked it before we left Kununurra. We booked for 2 nights in here at the Kurrajong campground, and it's $15 vehicle entry as well. But what we've done is I've just hooked us up with I've just hooked us up with an annual pass that just covers all national parks in WA for a year. So because we're going to be here for so long, for $120 for a national parks pass for the year, well worth it. That'll pay for itself for us in the time that we're here. So something to consider if you're doing an extended trip at WA. So you can buy them online as well and print it out yourself, but I think this is a way better option. So you get a sticker, which I'd lose a bit of paper in a year. I'd lose a bit of paper in a day. So I mean,
you'd put it in the car and it'd be lost.
It'd be gone.
Let's do this.
Let's do it.
Let's roll these swags out.
Yeah, swagging.
It's been a while.
Swagging. No, I just left the visitors. We haven't gone far up the road from the visitor centre and pulled up at one of the lookouts, which, considering the time of day, nice and late in the afternoon now. Oh, you dropped it. Pick it up. Nice and late in the afternoon, which means the range is just lit up. So it's apparently a good time to go to the lookout is in the afternoons, because up that track there, mate. So she's a pretty easy walk, this one. I'm not even going to bother trying to pronounce the name of the lookout. No, I give up. I'll just show you it. So it's a 500 metre, 15-minute walk return. So pretty easy one. What an impressive sight this is at sundown. The sun's still pretty high in the sky, but it is on its way down, and the whole range is just lit up. Now you might be thinking, where are these domes that make up the Bungle Bungle range? Well, from the majority, I guess, of the vantage points out here, you're looking at the other side of the range, which is still the same range, but it doesn't all have that sort of dome-like beehive structures that the Bungle Bungle is famous for. But nonetheless, it is a damn impressive sight. The Spinifex out here at the moment is such a vibrant green, and that amongst the gum trees and the bright red hills and cliffs in the background, just absolutely unreal. So yeah, well worth getting up here for a late afternoon or a sunset. Just absolutely awe-inspiring, just stunning.
Moments pass, make this one count.
If you're not familiar with Spinifex, it's absolutely carpets this landscape out here. There's a few different types of Spinifex, and I'm not a Spinifex expert. I can't tell you which one you're looking at, but you can see it on the ground here behind me. It just makes this beautiful carpet, bright green across the landscape, and these sort of makes the landscape look a little bit like, I don't know, what does it look like? There's like a pavlova or something, like a marshmallow cake or something, just these little lumps and bumps over it. Really, really spiky. Like if you get in there, it has these little spikes that prick into you, and then they itch and hurt for a little while afterwards. But obviously there's a lot of animals that use that as cover obviously for protection from predators and things like that. And we just saw a couple up on the way up here of the Spinifex Pigeons, which live in and around the Spinifex. I didn't get much great footage of them. They're pretty quick and they're pretty flighty if you get near them. But you'll see these little birds, and they live up under the Spinifex. I can see some awesome termite mounds off in the distance. This amazing range here. It's just a stunning, stunning landscape, and a great time of day to be up here.
Get yourself here. This is amazing. The colours are insane. The rock formations are beautiful. It's just, I don't know, it makes you feel happy on the inside. Is that a little bit too squishy for you? I don't know, maybe, but I love this. I love it. This is what we did. This is why we came, like, on this whole trip. It's for places like this.
You got your shoes on still, Hutch? Good man. What'd you get? Oh, I know. So we found camp. It's there's heaps of sites here. We're at the Kurrajong campground, which is in the northern section of the Bungle Bungle Park. So the Bungle Bungle, or the Purnululu, is broken into a northern section and a southern section. There's one campground at each, and most of the walks and things to do are either in the north or in the southern section. So the other campground in the southern section is much smaller, and it was already booked out. So that's safe. So we're just having to make a decision. I don't think it makes too much difference. We'll spend 2 nights here. We'll have an explore around here tomorrow, and then the day after we might have a few more things to see and do before we head back to Kununurra. I'm just going to set up now. We brought the Weber with us, so all our cooking we're going to do on the Weber. Just keeps it nice and simple and easy. Pinch one of the gas bottles off the van, grab the Weber out, and we're good to go. So yeah, we're going to set the swags up. We normally set the ground sheet up under the swags, but I forgot to bring it. So the swags are going to be in the dirt. That won't hurt us. But just, yeah, the ground sheet normally helps keep a bit of the dust and the grass out of your swag. But we're just going to set the swags up, get some dinner out, and burgers for dinner tonight. So looking forward to that. We'll get set up, and it'll be time to crack a beer and show you dinner time. Rightio, so this is our setup when we're away from the caravan. So these are those 2 big yellow bags that we carry on the back of the ute all the time that you've probably seen. Some of you wondering what they are. They're our 2 double swags. So one for the kids, one for us. We just put them together like that. It just makes it nice and easy. And this is exactly the reason we brought those with us on the trip, because we knew there'd be places like this that we wouldn't be able to bring the van into. I just got the Weber on the tailgate of the ute. Like I said, I grabbed a bottle off the van. Tonight's a real simple dinner. We're just doing really, really simple hamburgers or burgers. So I just got a packet of mince out of the freezer in the van when we left this morning. Made that up into 4 little balls. Just divided that up, and then we got some onion. When we crossed the border a couple of days ago, we had to. You can bring onion across if it's frozen and peeled. So we had a couple of onions left. We sliced up and froze them. So I'll throw that on to have with the burgers. We're just going to have our burgers on a bit of Turkish bread tonight, actually. This stuff's pretty good. It lasts a bit longer than normal bread, and it toasts up really well on the Weber, so we'll throw that on. I got a bit of beetroot, pineapple. Might even fry the pineapple up, eh? You want the fried pineapple? Please. Yeah. We'll fry the pineapple up. What else are we putting on? A bit of lettuce, tomato, all the basics. Oh, a bit of cheese too, and yeah. So we'll knock them up now. We grabbed also obviously one of the 20-litre jugs off the van. That's one of the advantages of carrying the jerry cans around with us as well. Is when we do something like this, we can just grab a jerry can off the thing, and we got 20 litres there. I've also got another little 5-litre jug, which is like our emergency water as well. So we're only away for 2 nights, 25 litres. There is water here, but it's not drinking water, so we'll use that for dishes and things like that. So that's pretty much just going to be drinking water. So 25 litres for a couple of days is plenty, I reckon. So yeah, this is us for tonight. We're just going to have a pretty quiet one. We're all pretty knackered. So we're probably going to just knock up some dinner and then turn in for an early night. And big explore tomorrow, a fair bit planned tomorrow, so stick around, looking forward to showing you that, and we'll see you in the morning. Good morning, Harrison. Harrison? Oh, you're doing a wee. Oh. Good morning, James. Oh, you're in here. Oh, hello, James. Oh. Where did you sleep last night, James?
In here.
In here, yeah. Why is that? Where was your bed meant to be? Over there, yeah. What happened? Oh, good morning. That was, we had a bit of a rough night's sleep actually. James didn't sleep too well, he had a bit of a rough night, and I swear the older I get, the thinner these swag mattresses get. But anyway, we got a bit of shut-eye. Harrison had an awesome time in his swag, didn't you, buddy? Harrison, how was your swag sleep?
Nah.
Harrison absolutely loves it. He can't get enough, which is awesome. It makes it, at least there's only one of them that we've got to try and help get to sleep and whatnot. So, 6 o'clock in the morning. Get you awake, the sun's up. So I guess we might as well be as well. This morning, we're doing bacon and eggs, which is a bit of a rarity for us. Don't do cooked brekkie very often. So the bacon we got is in these, we just vacuum seal it in the van and it was frozen. So I tried to bring as much stuff frozen as we could. It obviously makes the esky stay cold a lot longer the more frozen stuff you put in, so that's thawed nicely, so we'll get that on. I'm also going to get a little billy on the barbecue and try and get some hot water going for coffee. Never really tried to heat up a billy on the Weber before, but hopefully it'll go alright. I'll put it on the grill side, obviously. Thought something was wrong. It's better. Got the hat on now. Keep the hair out of my eyes and that sun, of course, as well. There's no bins or rubbish facilities out here either. Purnululu. So yeah, you got to take it all back out with you. So I got one of those in here somewhere. I'll dig it out in a minute. So we've got a couple of rubbish bags, but then I carry one of those sort of Hessian firewood bags. They're good. They're just a bit tougher than the old rubbish bag. So I put it in the rubbish bag and then put it inside that, and it just yeah, keeps it all a bit better contained. Now I realised last night too, I never showed you our burgers we had for dinner because it got too bloody dark. The sun dropped really quickly on us. There's a bit of a range here behind us, and yeah, it got dark a bit quicker than I was expecting. So we wanted to get dinner on a bit earlier tonight because we don't have much in the way of lighting. We've only got a couple of little torches, so yeah, it was a bit hard to film. But yeah, burgers on those Turkish rolls, it's a treat, eh? It works really well. Still got one of those Turkish buns left too. I might even do one of them for breakfast tomorrow or something. Good, easy, doesn't need many plates or dishes or anything to do burgers. When you're camping, I think they work really well, and we try and do as many meals as we can with similar ingredients. So obviously we've brought out the salad ingredients like the lettuce and tomato and all that sort of stuff. We're going to have them on our lunch wraps. We'll have a bit on our brekkie wraps, you know, you have them for dinner. Tonight we got a bit of leftover lamb that we cooked up the other day. So we're just going to have lamb and salad wraps tonight. So it's pretty basic, pretty easy stuff, but like I said, all similar ingredients, so you're not bringing a heap of different things out here, and it means we'll eat it all too. We won't have any wastage or any leftover. So this bacon's just about done. Time to get some eggs on, I think. There's also no fires in this park, which is a bit disappointing, because especially when you're sleeping in the swags, it'd be nice to have a little fire going. Rightio, so camping coffee for us is coffee bags, unfortunately. We didn't really bring a camping coffee machine maker, the coffee machine in the caravan, but this is what we'll have to endure for a couple of days. Won't kill us. Probably the worst bit though is we didn't have enough room in the esky to bring any fresh milk. In hindsight, maybe we should have squeezed it in and left some beer out or something, but powdered milk is what we're doing. Don't judge, just look. It's just what we got to do at the moment, all right? We're not happy about it either. So yeah, just keep your judgments to yourself. Yeah, it's pretty hot in there. I think it's steamy and it's got the small bubbles. It's not a rolling boil, but it'll be enough for these coffee bags.
Oh, good morning.
Oh, g'day. Welcome to the Simon's Camp Kitchen. Oh, your coffee's ready, your bacon and eggs is ready.
Look at you go.
Hey, living the dream, you are.
I know.
There you go. That's a wrap.
That's a wrap? You're a good egg, honey.
Oh, stop it. Bacon and eggs done. Coffee's half done. We're getting there. It's actually not too bad. The old powdered milk in a coffee bag. It's better than instant, I've got to say. Barely, but it's better than instant.
It's the powdered milk is the same as long life milk, in my opinion. So.
And way easier to carry. So,
yeah.
Have you got
And
food
lighter.
in your teeth? Have you checked your teeth? You got a bit of food in that one there.
Oh, that's
Hang on, just wait till she gets her food out of her teeth. So we're at Kurrajong Campground in the northern end of the park, and we're going to do the walks up this end to start with. So what's I think first is Mini Palms.
Mini Palms, which is about 5 Ks, 5 point something, and then Echidna Chasm, which is 2 point something Ks.
5k, the Mini Palms. All right, let's get going.
Yeah, man.
All right, let's hit the road. So we misread a sign somewhere along the way because it's not going to be a 5k walk, this Mini Palms. If you come to the Bloodwoods car park, it's only a 2.2k, I think it said, return. If you park up at the Echidna Chasm, it's a much longer walk. So we're at the Bloodwoods. We've misread something somewhere and confused ourselves. But anyway, we're at the Bloodwoods car park. We're about to go and do the Mini Palms Gorge walk, and then we'll jump in the car, go up and do Echidna Chasm. Main reason for doing it that way around is Echidna Chasm is apparently much more spectacular towards the middle of the day when the sun's a bit higher and the sunlight comes down into the chasm. So we'll do this one first, 2k, once the kids let us, and yeah, we'll go check it out, eh?
Daddy.
Yeah. Could be 2.2k each way.
Could be.
Anyway, we'll just walk until we get there and we'll let you guys know. Kids are quicker than us through this bit. There's a lot of little squeeze throughs and little tunnels they can go through. There, oh, nearly fell over. Their little nimble bodies and physical size means they can squeeze through little gaps, and here we are blowing, trying to climb up over everything.
Yeah.
And the kids are just nailing it. So great little fun walk for the kids, and it's good now we're in the gorge itself, we're in the shade. It's much cooler.
Yeah, this is good. Happy. Very happy. This is beautiful. It's like absolutely spot on. Perfect.
We made it. Isn't this just incredible? It's going to be very, very difficult to get footage that'll do this justice, but this is just epically big. Huge, massive, big gorge. I was not expecting this when we got to the end. I'm like, is it worth going all the way to the end? You know, it was looking pretty impressive all the way along, and we get to the end and it's just insane. So, so cool. And literally quite cool as well. Nice and cool in here. And just epic views. Pretty big hike, but worth it. What do you reckon?
It's awesome up here. Really, really cool. We just got in trouble for throwing special rocks away though.
Yeah. What happened, Jane?
If I special walk away.
You still love me?
Yeah.
Well, that is the mini palms walk. That is a cracking little walk. Heaps of fun. Good little, it's a fair trek. Oh, just squeeze my way through it. It is a bit of a hike. It is a fair trek and not all easy going, but it's no real steep bits or anything like that. It's just a bit of rock scrambling and everything. So very achievable. It is 2.2 Ks each way though. Not return, as we may have read the sign as. We're a bit off our game this morning with what walks what and how far they all are, but anyway, I think we've knocked out one of the harder ones and one of the longer ones first, which is not a bad thing in my opinion, so that might tick that one off the list. We're going to trek our way out of here. We're out of the gorge now, back out in the blazing sun. We've got a K or so to go, get back to the car, and then Echidna Chasm's up next. We'll see you there. Welcome to Echidna Chasm. Holy hell, this is insane. Just
This is cool.
wow. So this gully, I suppose you'd call it, or chasm, is 180 metres deep and less than a metre wide in places. You'll see we're about to squeeze through here. It is just, I don't know how you would ever capture this on film, but we certainly don't have the skills for it. So you're going to have to come here and see it for yourself. But we'll do our best to show you just how, like I'm getting a sore neck from looking up all the time. It's just crazy, just deep.
It's unreal.
I've never been anywhere like this in the world. It's insane. I don't know if you watched our footage of the West McDonnell Ranges, we went into Stanley Chasm, which was like 20 metres long and quite narrow and impressive, and maybe 50 metres deep.
Yeah, and maybe like 5 metres wide.
Yeah, but this is just insane. You're just walking up this creek bed and you keep forgetting to look up and realise you're 200 metres below the surface. It's
crazy.
Honestly, I can't think of any more words to describe it. It's just insane. Look at where Harrison's coming through now.
That's the end.
Right.
And guess what, Mum? The rock one fall up here. It will.
The rocks jammed up in the chasm up there.
Yeah, it will change. Yeah.
If you do ever come here and do this walk up the Echidna Chasm, you get up fair way up into the chasm and it opens up. Hang on, mate, I'm just talking to camera. You get a fair way up the chasm and it just opens up into this sort of amphitheatre, which is a nice spot to sit and have a rest, and we'll probably have a rest there on the way back. But if you go to the end of that and turn left, the chasm does continue past. I don't think you've made it. It just gets better and better as you go further up. And then we have just reached a point where they've asked you not to go any further. It looks like, I'm pretty sure you used to be able to go further than this, but there may have been a rock fall or something that's closed it. But yeah, wow.
Look at this. There's this giant boulder above our heads right now, just wedged between the rocks. It's really, really cool.
It's coming up to the middle of the day. I think Ellie's was actually just saying it is pretty well midday. And she's getting pretty warm out there. But down in here and at this amphitheatre where we're going to go and have a rest, it's got to be 10 degrees cooler. It's just a beautiful temperature. It's almost like someone's got the air conditioning on. So we might hang here for a while, let the kids play with the rocks, maybe build a few rock piles, have a bit of a drink. There's no point rushing back out into the heat of the day. We're not going to be doing any more walks while it's this hot. So we'll chill out here for a bit and enjoy the cooler temperatures. Just can't stop it. It's just insane.
Just in case anyone's wondering, yes, we do get exhausted. Knackered.
Didn't have much sleep last night.
No, so we're just gonna have a little chill out here in this little chasm and let the kids play with the rocks.
There's not really anywhere better to rest in the heat of the day than somewhere like this where it's nice and cool. Bit of a breeze coming through. It's just nice hanging out in here. So yeah, this will do us. The boys are happy, playing in the shade.
Yeah, Dal.
That was Echidna Chasm. Wow, we ended up getting the amphitheatre at the end all to ourselves for probably half an hour there. We just chilled out and the kids had a bit of fun building some rock towers and dropping rocks and making big noises. We're just going to walk back out now. It's about 1 o'clock. We're going to go make some lunch and then head down. We're thinking we might try and do a couple of other walks this afternoon. So a bit of a drive down to the southern end of the park. So we might enjoy the aircon through the hottest part of the day. Kids can watch a show, watch a movie or something. They've done a few big walks, getting pretty tired. And yeah, then we might get down to see some more. But yeah, Echidna, this is a 2.2k walk in. Pretty easy walk, this one. A bit easier than the Palms walk. Bit of rock scrambling, but nothing too crazy. Well worth it though. It's definitely one of the highlights of Purnululu and the Bungle Bungle National Park. It's stunning, and it's World Heritage listed, one of only 20 sites in Australia that are World Heritage listed. And it's it's estimated as 20 million years old, this chasm, which is just mind-blowing that it was formed that long ago. But she's certainly an impressive sight, that's for sure. It's all made up, all the walls are made up of this conglomerate rock of the river stone sort of cemented together by sandstone. Just makes for a really stunning sort of, view and walk. And it was obviously deposit.
Come here again.
You like it?
Mhm.
You want to come back?
Mhm.
What do you like about it?
Well, I say we can come here again because it was a good little walk and it was pretty fun.
It was, wasn't it? Pretty impressive, wasn't it?
And there was also so much shade, so it was really relaxing.
It was relaxing, wasn't it, in the shade?
Yeah.
Yeah. Not too hot in here.
It was great.
Good. Shall we walk out of here now?
Yeah.
Get back to the car? Let's do this.
And have another snack.
Another snack. We might even have lunch.
Let's have lunch.
Now the lighting's pretty hard to see this, but just in here there's a bowerbird nest. So this is it's not actually a nest, it's the structure that the male bowerbird builds to attract a mate. So all these pebbles around here, that's obviously his favourite colour. They're the colour grey pebbles he's collected, and this is the stick structure that he's built to attract a mate. And then the female, once they mate, will go and build a nest and raise the chicks alone. But I'll give you a look.
Yeah,
See.
it's like a show of look how good I am. Look how many rocks I've got. See all these rocks?
A bit like Jenny, don't be fooled by the rocks I got. Still Jenny from the block. The sun is getting low, but we've reached the southern end of the park. So where we are now in the southern part of Purnululu is where you'll find these, the famous and iconic dome structures that make up the geology of this part of the range. So this is probably what you know the Bungle Bungle for. This is what it's famous for. They're often called the beehive domes and things like that, probably because of the shape of them and that they've got a dark band and quite an orange band of rock through them. They're made of sandstone. We'll tell you a bit more about them. We're going to go now and check out Cathedral Gorge, which is just one of the most spectacular places in this country as far as I'm concerned. I was here 15 years ago and I loved it then. I reckon it's going to be even better to take the kids in there and take Liz in there as well and show them around. Can't wait. 3Ks in and out. So 3Ks total. And we'll go check out Cathedral Gorge. What do you reckon?
I'm so excited. This has been on the bucket list for a long, long time.
We may have stuffed up again. It may only be a 2K return walk, this one. It's funny, the different things we read, whether the books we got compared to the signs when you get here, and because there's multiple walks, you combine different walks together. It's just a bit, I don't know, it's a bit confusing for us. Maybe we just didn't get enough sleep last night and we're a bit tired. But anyway, it looks like it's probably only a 2K, which would be nice, and we'll probably spend a bit of time in there. Let the sun go down a bit and chill out in the cooler air. The dome structures themselves are obviously formed through erosion. This is the way they've eroded, and like I said, they're made of sandstone. But what makes the layers is, I always thought it was different types of rock, but it's actually the red is the more sort of, is the higher iron content, but the darker black stuff is actually a type of bacteria that leaches out when water passes through the sandstone and forms the darker layers. And it's apparently quite fragile once it sort of, gets eroded. It once that skin's broken, the sandstone will erode away very quickly. So I don't know if it's bloody how far it is in here, 2K, 3K, whatever it is. It's worth it. It's not a bad walk either, pretty easy. Good handrails and that through most of it, and ladders and everything. The boys are taking it in their stride, flying down. But it's just, as you can see behind me, just this wicked gorge, just really, really impressive. And we haven't even gotten to the grand finale yet. That's still coming. So looking forward to that, but man. Good fun. I reckon we passed a sign about 500 metres ago that said it was 500 metres to the end, so we can't be far. Might have been a K ago we passed that sign. Anyway, we'll get there. We'll get there. Don't go near the water, boys. The boys have seen water in there. Well, shit. She's looking a bit green down there, though. I don't think I'll be going in. All right, get down there before the kids go for a swim. These erosion holes in the creek bed are pretty cool too. We've just been talking about them with the boys. These big swirling holes that are formed in the sandstone base of the creek bed. They're pretty cool. Let's see what this Cathedral Gorge is all about. The kids have already made it by the sounds of it. Kids have beat us there. Wait till you see this, he just said.
Wait till you see this, Dad.
Harrison's impressed. Oh, wow.
Wow.
This is sick.
This is... Oh my goodness. It's cool. It's amazing.
That waterfall drop there, that's got to be 50 metres up. It's just, it would be so impressive to see with some water flowing over it in a big way in the wet season. But just the gorge here must be a couple hundred metres. It's just epically high. I mean, it does say on the sign that the range stands about 200 metres above the surrounding area, so it'd be close to 200 metres if it's not 200 metres high. It's just epic. It's just one of those awe-inspiring places that just makes you stop and just, I don't know, I'm getting a sore neck. I've been looking up so much today. Jeez, we punched out some walks today. We've done, I don't know, it must be close to 10Ks of hikes, and not all easy ones. This one wasn't too bad, but a bit of rock scrambling and that, and the kids have done most of it. Harrison's done all of it. James has done half of it, I reckon, and they're still buzzing. We're absolutely knackered, but man, this is so worth it. So as far as camping and staying in Bungle Bungle goes, you've got a few different options. There's 2 campgrounds within the national park itself, which you've got to pre-book online. And so the national park ones are $13 an adult per night, plus there's a $15 entry fee to bring your vehicle in, whether you stay overnight or not. Now your other options are, there is a caravan park, but it is right out at the main road basically. almost at the highway. So it's a fair drive in from there. Something to consider. You can also free camp. There is a free camp rest spot out at the highway, but again, you'd have to do that drive. And then there's, if you're up for more luxury accommodation and things like that, there is like a, I don't know, they call it Safari Lodge, I think, like a resort type setup. So yeah, there's a few different options, but the biggest one is, yeah, you can't bring dual axle trailers in here. So if you've got a single axle camper trailer or a little hybrid or something like that, or a single axle caravan, that is fine to bring in, although be aware the road is very rough. And all the roads in the park are quite rough as well. We're pretty impressed with all the facilities, all the day use areas, good shade over the picnic tables and things like that. There's good toilets everywhere, drop toilets even at the lookouts and things like that. So pretty impressed with that. Signage is really good, despite us making a few mistakes with the how long the walks were and things like that. That was pretty clearly our mistake, not theirs. Yeah, so the signage is generally really good. The only thing we have noticed was a little bit lacking was there's not a lot of information about the Aboriginal culture, the Indigenous culture here. We couldn't really find any reasons why Echidna was called Echidna. There's definitely some culturally significant sites here, but not a lot of information about what they are, or if there's any Dreamtime stories, anything like that from here. So it would have been nice to have learned a little bit more about that. We generally like to find out about both the geology and the mythology, I guess, of the Indigenous people. But anyway, that's probably our only gripe. And the roads are shit house. But apart from that, it's a bloody good visit and a really good spot, and highly recommend. So make sure you come and check it out, put it on your list. You will not regret it.
Thank you so much for watching our Bungle Bungle episode, guys. We hope you enjoyed it. This has been an absolute highlight of our trip.
Mind-blowing. Mind-blowing. I mean, just, yeah, no words really. Like, it's just awe-inspiring, awesome geology. Awesome. Yeah, it's so much more than the dome, so I'd put it that way.
And I was impressed, even though I've seen, you know, so many pictures and photographs and videos of this place. It just does not do it justice. Get yourselves here, do yourselves a favour. Whatever you have to do to get yourself here, it's worth it.
If you enjoyed this episode, give it a like. We'd appreciate that. If you want to follow along our adventure, join us and subscribe to the channel. We'd appreciate that as well. And we're going to keep trying to do more competitions and giveaways and things like that. You never know what we've got in store. We like to give back to our subscribers and to those who make us what we are.
You should see our faces when we read the comments. Oh my
Blows us
gosh,
away.
we are just blown away. And, you know, sometimes you're like, oh, you know, is it worth the 40, 50 hours of editing? Simon and I get one of those amazing comments and we're just like,
Makes it all worthwhile.
absolutely worth it. So thank you so much to everyone who does comment. We do enjoy reading them. We love getting back to you guys. We love hearing from you. And we absolutely love it also when you subscribe.
Absolutely. And we'd love to hear from you. Let us know if you've been here before. What was your favourite? If you haven't, what was your favourite from what we showed you? And is it on your list? Is it on your bucket list to come here? Because if it isn't, we'd strongly recommend it probably should be. Absolutely one of the highlights of our trip, like Liz said.
Yeah.
So get yourself here and that'll do us. Next time we see you, we'll be somewhere else. Who knows where? We haven't worked it out yet. Standard for us, right?
Standard practice.
But we'll see you then. We'll see you next Sunday.
See you next Sunday, guys.
No more luxuries.
Well, we've got plenty of swag, don't we, Dal?
Swagger.
Oh, yeah.
Rightio, stick around, check it out.
Stick around, check it out.
Here comes our, I don't know. That'll do.
Purnululu.
Purnululu. What's it called? Bungle Bungles. Check it out.
Check it out.
Check it out.
Of course I do. This is the Liz and Simon show. Liz and Simon has a better ring to it. Leave us a comment. What do you reckon?
Let me hold it. We're
worth
about to get bombarded with other tourists, so we might get some footage and then get the flock out of here.
Sounds good.
Rightio. A bit of water in there. Couple of floaties, but not too much. Just fish this bit of grass out. Don't know how that got in there, but anyway.
I've been running east, looking for a sunset, digging deep since '99. What I thought was gone was sitting in my pocket in plain sight.